As we grow older, many things change in our lives, some subtle, some not so subtle. And while we often hear about the physical changes in our bodies, one thing that doesn't get talked about nearly enough is how those changes affect our sexual health. If you're over 60, you might have noticed that things aren't quite the same as they once were, but you're certainly not alone. It's completely normal for sexual health to evolve with age. Your body's going to change in different ways, and that includes your sexual organs and even your hormones. Now, I know it might sound a little uncomfortable to think about at first, but understanding how these changes affect you is the first step in reclaiming your sexual health and well-being. In fact, many people around your age might not realize that something as simple as the way they approach masturbation can have a huge impact on their sex life. Yes, masturbation. It's a natural, healthy part of being human at any age, but the way we do it can sometimes lead to some unintended consequences, especially as we age and our bodies adjust. And trust me, it's not about blame or shame. It's about taking the time to learn what works best for you at this stage in your life. When you think about it, your body at 60 isn't the same as your body at 20, and that's okay. Changes in hormone levels, circulation, and even the elasticity of your skin and muscles can all play a role in how you experience sexual pleasure. That doesn't mean you can't have a fulfilling sex life. It just means that you may need to approach things a little differently. But let's break this down a bit more. As we age, our testosterone levels start to decline, and for men, this can lead to a decrease in sexual desire or even difficulty maintaining an erection. For women, menopause brings about changes in estrogen levels, which can lead to vaginal dryness or discomfort during sex. These are natural parts of aging, but they don't mean your sexual health is doomed. It just means it's time to rethink how we approach things. In fact, many people find that by making small changes in their routine, whether that's incorporating more lubrication, slowing down the pace, or adjusting their technique, they can still enjoy satisfying and pleasurable experiences. It's all about finding what works for you. So, what I want to do today is talk about some of the mistakes that can sometimes creep into our routines. These aren't mistakes in the sense that we've done something wrong, but more like habits or techniques that may not work as well for us as they used to. And that's perfectly okay. What's important is that you're open to learning how to improve. Let's start by talking about a few of those common mistakes that can sneak into your masturbation routine after 60. I'll bet you'll recognize at least one or two of them, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's all part of the journey, and the good news is we're here to talk about how to make things better. Now, let's dive into the first mistake you might be making, which is using a technique that's too rough or forceful. I know sometimes it feels like the harder, the better, right? But here's the thing. Your body changes, and what might have felt good decades ago might now be a little too intense. Over time, this can lead to soreness, discomfort, or even injury. Our muscles don't have the same strength and elasticity they used to. Instead of going for more force, try slowing down and being gentler with yourself. It's a small change, but one that can make a huge difference. When we're more gentle with ourselves, we allow our bodies to respond in a way that's more pleasurable, without causing pain or irritation. This is especially important if you're noticing any soreness after masturbation, or feeling like it does. takes a bit longer to recover, that's a sign that you might want to reassess the intensity of your technique. Another mistake many seniors make is neglecting the importance of lubrication. As we get older, the body doesn't produce the same amount of natural lubrication as it did when we were younger, and that can lead to dryness, discomfort, and even friction during masturbation. But the solution is simple. Use lubrication. There are so many types available, so you can experiment and find what works best for you. It's one of those small changes that can make a big impact on your overall pleasure and comfort. By taking a step back and being mindful of these adjustments, you can find new ways to enjoy intimacy with yourself that feel more natural, comfortable, and satisfying. It's about adapting and understanding your body's needs right now, not yesterday or the day before. Remember, you deserve to feel good. Taking the time to care for yourself, listen to your body, and try new techniques can make all the difference. And you're not alone in this. Many people over 60 have successfully navigated these changes and have come to a new understanding of what works for them. I know it might feel a little awkward talking about these things, but trust me, when I say it's important to feel comfortable in your own skin. Sexual health isn't just about intercourse, it's about feeling good about yourself, feeling connected to your body, and making choices that support your well-being. So, the next time you're thinking about your own self-care routine, keep these things in mind. Your body is still capable of so much pleasure, and there are so many ways to rediscover that joy, even if it means adjusting how you approach things. I'll leave you with this thought for now. It's okay to adjust. It's okay to experiment. And it's okay to listen to your body. You deserve to enjoy a fulfilling and healthy sexual life, and it's never too late to make that happen. Second point, common mistakes in masturbation technique and their impact on your sex life now. That we've discussed how your body naturally changes after age 60, let's talk about the common mistakes that can affect your masturbation technique. It's important to recognize these, not to feel embarrassed, but to empower you to make changes that can really improve your sexual health and overall well-being. One of the most common mistakes that people in their 60s and beyond make is using a technique that's too aggressive. When we're younger, many of us might have approached masturbation with a bit of enthusiasm, pushing through with force or speed. But as we get older, this method may not be as comfortable or enjoyable. Your body's not going to respond the same way, and this forceful approach can lead to unnecessary strain or even soreness. It's important to understand that as you age, your skin loses some of its elasticity, and the tissues involved in sexual pleasure can become more sensitive. Overdoing it can lead to irritation, bruising, or discomfort, which may make you feel less motivated to engage in sexual activities, including masturbation. Instead, try focusing on gentleness and slower movements. This doesn't mean you have to lose any of the pleasure. In fact, many people find that a slower, more mindful approach leads to greater enjoyment. This can also help prevent any soreness or discomfort, allowing you to enjoy the experience more fully. You don't need to rush. After all, this is about pleasure and connection, not performance. Another mistake many people make, especially after 60, is neglecting lubrication. I can't emphasize this enough. Lubrication is your best friend. As we age, the body's natural. lubrication diminishes, and this can lead to friction, irritation, and discomfort. But this is a super simple fix. By adding a good quality lubricant, you'll create a smoother, more enjoyable experience. It doesn't matter whether you're engaging in self-pleasure or sex with a partner, lubrication helps reduce discomfort and enhance pleasure. There are many different types of lubricants out there, so take the time to experiment and find one that works best for you. Some people prefer water-based lubricants, while others find silicone-based ones more effective. There are also options designed for sensitive skin, which can be helpful if you're prone to irritation. The key is to find something that helps make the experience smoother and more comfortable. Your body might need a little extra help, and that's completely okay. The right lubricant can make all the difference. Now, here's another issue that I've seen a lot of people struggle with: not listening to your body's signals. Your body has its own way of telling you what it likes and what it doesn't like. But sometimes we ignore these signals. Maybe you're pushing through discomfort because you think it's part of the process, or you're rushing through things because you're focused on finishing. But what if you took a moment to pause and really pay attention to how your body is responding? When you slow down and truly listen to your body, you'll start to understand what feels good and what doesn't. If you feel discomfort or pain at any point, it's important to stop and reassess what you're doing. Are you using enough lubrication? Is the pressure too much? Are you rushing the process? By paying closer attention to these signals, you'll be able to make adjustments and enjoy the experience more. Another mistake I want to mention is the idea that there's only one way to do it. Often we think of masturbation as something that needs to be quick and straightforward. After all, we've been doing it for years, right? But as we age, we may find that our preferences change, and it's important to allow yourself the freedom to explore new techniques or different types of stimulation. Experimenting with different positions, types of touch, or even different settings can bring a fresh sense of excitement and help you rediscover pleasure. For example, you might try incorporating more sensuality into your routine, focusing on relaxation and taking time to explore your body in a mindful way. Many people find that incorporating deep breathing or even soft music can enhance the experience, allowing you to feel more connected and relaxed. It's about creating a space where you can fully enjoy the sensations, not just rush to the finish line. And don't forget about the mental side of things. As we age, we might feel a bit disconnected from our bodies or experience fluctuations in our mental health. Stress, anxiety, or even negative body image can affect how we feel about ourselves and our sexual experiences. This is a big factor in why people sometimes find masturbation less enjoyable as they age. But this is something you can address by focusing on relaxation, setting aside any worries, and being kind to yourself. Your mental state plays a huge role in your physical pleasure, so making sure you're in the right frame of mind is just as important as the physical technique. This is why I always recommend taking a few moments to check in with yourself before engaging in any form of self-pleasure. Are you relaxed? Are you feeling connected to your body? If you're not in the right mental space, it might be worth taking a break and coming back when you feel calmer. Self-care is an important part of sexual health, and that includes tending to your mind as well as your body. So let's recap the key points here. The biggest mistakes to avoid are being too rough or forceful with your technique, skipping lubrication, which can lead to discomfort, ignoring your body's signals and pushing through pain or discomfort, sticking to a single routine without exploring new ways to enjoy pleasure, overlooking the importance of mental relaxation and self-care. All of these mistakes are completely normal, but once you become more aware of them, you can start to make changes that will improve your experience. Remember, there's no rush. The goal is to enjoy the process, feel comfortable, and embrace the pleasure your body is still fully capable of experiencing. I hope this part helped shed light on some common mistakes and gave you some ideas on how to improve your masturbation technique. Next, we'll explore how physical health, like pelvic floor exercises, can play a major role in maintaining healthy sexual function, which is something we'll dive into more in the next section. Third point, the importance of communication in your relationship. Now that we've talked about adjusting your masturbation technique and paying attention to your body's signals, it's time to turn the spotlight on something just as important. For your sex life, communication. You might be thinking, what does talking have to do with pleasure or masturbation? Well, let me tell you, communication plays a huge role in sexual health, and it's one of the most important things you can do to improve your intimate life, whether you're engaging in solo pleasure or with a partner. It's a subject that gets overlooked sometimes, but it's vital, especially as we get older. As we age, sexual desire, needs, and comfort levels can change. This means that what worked for you and your partner when you were younger might not work the same way now. The good news is there's no reason to be embarrassed or shy about these changes. Talking openly and honestly about your desires, needs, and concerns can help both of you enjoy a more satisfying, comfortable, and connected sexual experience. It's completely natural for relationships, especially long-term ones, to go through different phases. You might find that some of the passion you once had feels a little dimmed, or maybe certain activities don't feel as pleasurable as they used to. But the key here is communication. It's not about what's wrong, it's about what's right for you right now and your partner. If you've never had an open conversation about your sexual needs, I know it can feel a little intimidating, but I promise you it doesn't need to be awkward. The goal is simply to create a safe, non-judgmental space for both of you to share what feels good, what doesn't, and how you both can keep the intimacy alive in your relationship. It's about listening, understanding, and being there for each other. Take, for example, a conversation with your partner about the changes you've noticed in your own body. Maybe you've experienced a decrease in sexual desire, or found that certain techniques aren't as effective as they used to be. If you don't communicate these things, it can leave both of you feeling frustrated or disconnected. But when you do communicate openly, you invite understanding and empathy into the relationship. And believe me, that's a game changer. Let me give you an example of what this could look like. Let's say, for instance, that you've found you're more sensitive to certain types of touch now that you're older. Instead of trying to push through it or feeling self-conscious, you can calmly share with your partner, "Hey, I've noticed that gentle touch feels better for me now. Can we try that next time?" It's not about criticism or blaming anyone. It's simply about expressing your needs and finding a solution that works for both of you. Communication isn't just about talking, it's also about listening. As you age, you may notice that your partner's needs or desires change as well. Your partner might also be feeling hesitant to speak up, But if you approach the conversation with warmth and an open heart, they'll feel more comfortable sharing their thoughts. It's a two-way street. When both of you feel heard, it creates a deeper connection and understanding between you. And it's not just about the physical side of things. Emotional intimacy is just as crucial in maintaining a satisfying sex life. After 60, many seniors experience emotional challenges as they age, whether it's due to life transitions, physical limitations, or simply the passage of time. Feeling emotionally connected to your partner can enhance physical intimacy, so it's essential to nurture both aspects of your relationship. It's also worth noting that the changes in your body might not just affect you. They can affect your partner too. They might be wondering if you're still attracted to them or if your sex life has become less important. By opening up the lines of communication, you can reassure each other that you're still committed to each other's happiness and connection. It's about being patient and supportive as you both navigate the natural changes that come with aging. Another key part of communication is being willing to explore new ways of intimacy. As you age, you may find that the way you engage in physical intimacy evolves. This doesn't mean you can't still have meaningful sex. It just means that it may look different. Maybe you're exploring other types of touch, experimenting with different kinds of foreplay, or even incorporating more sensuality into your relationship. When you communicate openly about what feels good and what doesn't, you give yourselves the freedom to try new things without fear of judgment. And that can lead to even deeper satisfaction and connection. Think about it. If you've been with your partner for many years, you've probably built up a lot of trust and shared experiences. Now's the time to build on that foundation rather than retreating into silence or avoiding uncomfortable topics. Whether it's talking about how to improve your sex life or simply discussing what makes you feel good, the more you open up, the more you'll feel close to each other. It's also worth noting that these conversations don't always have to happen during or immediately before sex. Sometimes it's just about making space in your relationship for an honest discussion about how you're feeling. Take a moment over dinner, a cup of tea, or during a quiet walk to talk about your emotional and physical needs. This doesn't have to be a talk. It can simply be a conversation that deepens your emotional bond and allows you both to feel heard. In the end, communication is about trust, respect, and connection. So don't shy away from those important talks. Embrace them. The more you communicate, the more fulfilling your intimate life can be, both now and for years to come. That wraps up part 3. Now, we've touched on how important communication is in maintaining a healthy sexual life and keeping intimacy alive, especially as you age. In the next part, we'll explore the role of physical health in masturbation and overall sexual wellness, including some helpful exercises you can do to improve pelvic health. 4th point, physical health and masturbation. Now that we've explored communication and how important it is in maintaining intimacy, let's take a moment to focus on something just as crucial: your physical health. You might be thinking, how does physical health relate to masturbation or my sex life? Well, let me explain. It plays a huge role. As we age, our bodies naturally undergo changes that can affect our sexual function. This includes everything from circulation and muscle strength to flexibility and overall stamina. But here's the good news. Many of these changes can be managed or even improved with a little attention to your physical health. And when you do take care of your body, your sex life can get a major boost. One of the most important things to focus on as you age is pelvic floor health. You may have heard the term before, but do you know why it matters? The pelvic floor muscles are a group of muscles that stretch from your pubic bone to the base of your spine. They play a key role in sexual function, whether it's in holding up your organs or helping with arousal and orgasm. For both men and women, keeping these muscles strong is vital for maintaining sexual health and pleasure. But here's the thing. As we age, pelvic floor muscles can weaken. This can lead to a variety of issues, such as difficulty maintaining, an erection in men, or vaginal dryness and lack of sensation in women. If you're experiencing these issues, don't panic, it's not uncommon. The good news is that there are simple exercises you can do to help strengthen these muscles and improve sexual health. One of the best-known exercises is called Kegel exercises. Kegel exercises involve contracting and relaxing the muscles of your pelvic floor. To do a Kegel exercise, try to stop the flow of urine midstream, just for a moment, not as a regular practice, and then relax. These muscles are the ones you want to strengthen. Doing Kegel exercises regularly can improve circulation, increase muscle tone, and ultimately enhance your sexual experience. For men, regular Kegels can also help with erectile dysfunction. By strengthening the pelvic floor, you may notice an improvement in blood flow, which is essential for achieving and maintaining an erection. For women, Kegels can improve vaginal tightness, which can enhance sensation and satisfaction during sex. But Kegels are just one part of the puzzle. You also want to make sure you're taking care of your overall cardiovascular health. Sexual arousal and performance are closely linked to good blood flow, so maintaining a healthy heart is critical for sexual wellness. Even simple activities like walking, swimming, or gentle stretching can improve circulation and overall stamina. And when you feel better physically, you feel more confident in your body, which makes a huge difference in your sex life. One thing to keep in mind is that soreness or discomfort after masturbation can sometimes be related to physical health. If you're experiencing pain or tenderness after self-pleasure, it could be a sign that your muscles aren't as strong as they used to be, or that your circulation is a little slower. That's why paying attention to your pelvic health and overall physical well-being is key. When your body feels good, your sexual experiences are much more likely to be satisfying and enjoyable. And don't forget about stretching and flexibility. Many seniors find that their joints can become stiffer as they get older. While this might affect your ability to move freely during certain sexual activities, gentle stretching can help. Taking a few minutes to stretch, especially the muscles around your hips and lower back, can increase your range of motion and help you feel more comfortable. A little flexibility goes a long way when it comes to improving intimacy. Remember, physical health doesn't just mean working out or exercising. It also includes things like staying hydrated, eating nutritious foods, and getting enough rest. Your body works best when it's well taken care of, and that includes your sexual health. If you're finding that certain physical activities are affecting your intimacy, don't be afraid to make adjustments or talk to a professional about what might work better for you. You can also talk to your doctor about specific concerns, especially if you're noticing any pain, discomfort, or significant changes in your sexual health. They may be able to offer suggestions or recommend physical therapy, which can help address issues like pelvic floor weakness or circulation problems. A good doctor can guide you through these challenges and help you find a solution that works for your body, incorporating simple lifestyle changes like taking daily walks, doing pelvic exercises, eating more fruits and vegetables, and staying hydrated can go a long way in supporting your overall sexual health. When you feel physically strong and confident, your intimate life will naturally benefit. So, if you've been feeling a little less than energized in the bedroom lately, consider taking a closer look at your physical health. Strengthening your pelvic muscles, improving your circulation, and increasing your flexibility are all things you can do to enhance your experience. Your body might change as you age, but that doesn't mean your ability to enjoy sexual pleasure has to decrease. 5-point mental and emotional connection to sexual health. Now that we've touched on the physical side of sexual health, let's talk about something just as important, the mental and emotional aspects of your sexual life. You might be surprised to hear this, but your mindset plays a huge role in how you experience sexual pleasure. And it's not just about the physical act. It's about how you feel about yourself, your partner, and the experience itself. As we age, many of us go through a range of emotional changes that can affect our sexual health. These might include stress, anxiety, body image issues, or even feelings of loneliness. Our mental health is deeply intertwined with our physical health, and when one suffers, the other often follows. But the good news is that by addressing the emotional and mental side of sexual health, you can greatly enhance your intimate experiences. First, let's talk about self-esteem. This is a big one. As we age, it's easy to start feeling self-conscious about our bodies. After all, things change, right? We might notice a few more wrinkles, a little more sagging, or just the physical effects of time. It's normal to feel a little less confident as we grow older, but the key is not to let those changes define you. You are still worthy of love, affection, and pleasure at any age. In fact, some seniors find that their sense of self-esteem and confidence actually improves as they get older. Why? Because with age comes wisdom. You know who you are, what you want, and what makes you happy. Embracing this mindset rather than focusing on physical imperfections can make a huge difference in how you feel about yourself and your ability to enjoy sexual experiences. Body image is another important area to consider. Many seniors find that their bodies don't look or feel the same as they did in their youth, and that can lead to feelings of insecurity. But here's the truth. Our bodies are constantly evolving, and just because they're different doesn't mean they're any less worthy of love and attention. It's essential to shift your focus away from how your body looks and focus on what it can do. Your body is still capable of feeling pleasure, connecting with a partner, and enjoying intimacy. If you're struggling with body image issues, it might help to spend some time nurturing a positive relationship with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror, and rather than focusing on what you don't like, appreciate what your body has done for you over the years. This kind of self-love is a powerful way to build confidence and improve your mental state. Another crucial aspect of mental health is stress and anxiety. As we get older, life can sometimes bring its share of challenges. Maybe you're dealing with health issues, financial concerns, or the loss of a loved one. These stresses can take a toll on your mental well-being, and they can definitely affect your sexual health. Anxiety, in particular, can cause performance issues and lower your libido. When you're stressed or anxious, it's harder to feel relaxed and enjoy the moment. That's why it's so important to find ways to manage stress and anxiety. This could mean incorporating mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Techniques like meditation, deep breathing, and progressive muscle relaxation can help calm your mind and reduce stress levels. These practices can also help improve your focus during intimate moments, allowing you to feel more connected to yourself and your partner. One thing I've heard from many seniors is how important emotional intimacy is in their relationships. At this stage in life, many couples value the emotional connection more than anything else, and rightly so. Emotional intimacy, the deep connection and understanding you share with your partner, is just as important as physical intimacy. When you feel emotionally close to someone, it makes the physical side of things so much more rewarding. If you're in a relationship, try to focus on nurturing that emotional closeness. Spend quality time together, communicate openly, and show affection in ways that don't always involve sex. Sometimes just holding hands, sharing a laugh, or having a quiet conversation can strengthen your bond and make both of you feel more connected. For those of you who may be single, remember that self-love is just as important. You don't need a partner to feel complete or worthy of pleasure. Taking care of your own emotional health, enjoying your own company, and focusing on your well-being are all powerful ways to stay connected to yourself. When you feel good about who you are, you become more open to new possibilities, whether that's dating or simply enjoying your own body. It's also important to let go of any shame or guilt surrounding sexual pleasure. Unfortunately, some people are raised with the idea that sex is something shameful, or that it's only acceptable at certain times in life. If you feel guilty about enjoying your sexuality, it's time to let that go. Sexual pleasure is a natural part of life, no matter your age. Embracing your desires without judgment will help you experience pleasure more fully and without the weight of unnecessary guilt. Lastly, if you find that mental health concerns are really affecting your sexual life, don't hesitate to reach out for professional help. A therapist, counselor, or sex therapist can help you work through any emotional blocks or anxieties you may be facing. There's no shame in seeking help, and sometimes having an expert guide you through challenges can bring clarity and peace of mind. So, in summary, it's essential to address the emotional and mental aspects of your sexual health. Self-esteem, body image, stress management, and emotional intimacy all play significant roles in how you experience sexual pleasure. By taking care of your mind, you're taking care of your body, and by extension, you're enhancing your sexual well-being. That wraps up Part 5, where we discuss the importance of your mental and emotional health in maintaining a satisfying sex life. In the next part, we'll explore when to seek professional help and how a doctor or therapist can assist you in navigating these changes. Sixth point, when to seek professional help. Now that we've talked about the physical and emotional sides of sexual health, there's another important aspect to consider: knowing when it's time to seek professional help. If you've been experiencing difficulties or discomfort with your sexual health, it's perfectly normal to feel uncertain about what to do next. The good news is, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. There are professionals who can provide valuable support and guidance, whether you're dealing with physical issues, emotional concerns, or just need help adjusting to the changes that come with aging. First, let's talk about seeing a doctor. If you're experiencing persistent pain during masturbation or sex, difficulty achieving or maintaining an erection for men, or vaginal dryness or discomfort for women, it's a good idea to consult your doctor. These kinds of issues can often be linked to underlying health conditions such as hormonal imbalances, circulation problems, or other physical changes that are a normal part of aging. Don't be embarrassed or shy about bringing these concerns up with your doctor. Sexual health is an essential part of overall health, and your doctor is there to help you. Many seniors feel like they should just deal with it and avoid discussing these issues, but that only leads to unnecessary frustration or discomfort. By speaking up, you allow your doctor to help find solutions, whether that's through lifestyle changes, medications, or referrals to specialists. If you're having trouble with sexual desire or function, it's also worth asking your doctor about hormone replacement therapy, HRT, especially if you're a woman who's gone through menopause or a man experiencing low testosterone. HRT can help balance your hormones and restore some of the energy and sexual drive you may have lost as a result of age-related changes. For women, vaginal dryness is a common issue after menopause, but there are treatments that can help, whether it's over-the-counter lubricants or prescription creams designed to restore moisture to the vaginal tissues. For men, erectile dysfunction, ED, may become more common as you age, but it doesn't mean that it's a permanent condition. There are treatments, like medications, that can help manage ED and improve sexual performance. If you feel like your problems might not be purely physical, a counselor or therapist can be incredibly helpful, especially if the issues you're facing have more to do with emotional or mental well-being. Sex therapy is a specialized form of therapy that can address a wide range of concerns, from performance anxiety and body image issues to loss of desire or intimacy issues in relationships. A therapist can help you understand the emotional and psychological factors affecting your sexual life and guide you through finding solutions that work for you. Sometimes there are deeper emotional blocks, such as stress, anxiety, or depression, that can have a significant impact on your sexual health. If you feel overwhelmed or find that your mental health is interfering with your ability to connect with yourself or a partner, it's important to seek professional support. Therapy isn't just for people with major issues. It's for anyone who wants to better understand their emotions, improve their relationship with their body, and enhance their quality of life. And if you're in a relationship, couples counseling can be a great way to improve communication, intimacy, and overall sexual satisfaction. Couples therapy can help partners work through any challenges they're facing together, whether it's related to changing sexual needs, emotional intimacy, or navigating the physical changes that come with aging. A therapist can provide tools and strategies to help partners reconnect and create a more satisfying and supportive sexual relationship. It's also worth mentioning pelvic floor physical therapy for those experiencing pelvic discomfort or dysfunction. These specialists can help you strengthen your pelvic muscles, reduce pain, and address any problems related to incontinence, sexual dysfunction, or discomfort during intercourse. Many people don't realize that pelvic floor therapy can have a significant impact on improving sexual health, and it's a great option if you're dealing with any of these issues. Another area where seeking professional help can be beneficial is sexual dysfunction related to chronic health conditions. If you have conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, or neurological disorders, these can affect sexual function. A medical professional can help you manage these conditions in a way that supports your sexual health. Don't feel that your health issues should prevent you from enjoying intimacy. There are often ways to work around them with the right support. Lastly, if you're unsure where to turn, it's always a good idea to ask your primary care doctors for a referral to a specialist. Many doctors are more than willing to connect you with professionals who can help, whether it's a urologist, gynecologist, sex therapist, or pelvic health expert. They can help you understand your options and offer guidance on what steps to take next. In summary, there's no need to suffer in silence or struggle with sexual health issues on your own. Seeking professional help can lead to improvements in both your physical and emotional well-being. Whether it's consulting with a doctor, working with a therapist, or seeing a specialist, there are many options available to help you enhance your sexual health and overall quality of life. The sooner you reach out for help, the sooner you can begin to feel better and more connected to your own body and your partner. 7th point, adapting your sexual routine. Now that we've covered the physical, emotional, and professional aspects of sexual health, let's talk about something really exciting: adapting your sexual routine. As we get older, it's natural that certain habits or routines we've followed for years might not serve us the way they used to. But here's the good news: adapting your sexual routine can open up new doors to pleasure and connection. You might find that as you age, your body doesn't respond the same way to sex as it did when you were younger. That's completely normal, and it's actually a great opportunity to rediscover intimacy in ways that are more satisfying and fulfilling for you right now. The beauty of adapting your routine is that it gives you the freedom to explore what works best for your body, your desires, and your relationship. The first thing to keep in mind is that slowing down can actually enhance your experience. In our younger years, we might have rushed through sex or masturbation, eager to get to the climax. But as we age, it can be incredibly pleasurable to take things slower. Think about savoring the moments, paying attention to every touch, every kiss, and every sensation. Slowing down allows your body to respond more fully to what's happening, making the experience far more intimate and connected. Consider this: foreplay doesn't have to be a prelude to sex, it can be the main event. For many seniors, especially, those experiencing changes in sexual function, focusing more on sensual touch, kissing, and gentle caressing, can feel more rewarding than the traditional idea of intercourse. This not only increases emotional connection, but can also make the physical experience more satisfying for both you and your partner. If you're finding that certain positions are uncomfortable or no longer work for you, don't be afraid to experiment. For example, positions that allow for better support or less pressure on certain parts of the body can make a huge difference in comfort. You might try lying side by side, for instance, which can be gentler on your body than traditional. Positions. The key is finding what feels good for you now, rather than sticking to old habits that might no longer be practical. For those of you who are experiencing vaginal dryness for women or erectile dysfunction for men, you don't have to give up intimacy. Just adjust your expectations and approach. Using lubrication can dramatically improve comfort during intercourse or masturbation. There are also various products like vibrators or erection aids that can enhance your experience. These might seem new or unfamiliar, but many people over 60 find them to be helpful tools in reigniting pleasure and intimacy. It's all about finding what works for you and your partner and being open to the idea that pleasure can take many different forms at this stage in life. You might also want to incorporate mindfulness into your sexual routine. Mindfulness in the context of sex means being present in the moment and focusing on sensations, emotions, and connection, rather than worrying about performance or any physical limitations. It's about letting go of expectations and allowing yourself to fully enjoy the experience. Try incorporating deep breathing, eye contact, or soft music into your intimate moments to create a relaxing and emotionally connected environment. Another adjustment many couples find helpful is redefining what intimacy means. As we age, it's not always about the act of sex itself. Sometimes intimacy means sharing moments of closeness, whether that's through holding hands, cuddling, or having a deep conversation. These simple acts of affection can create a sense of closeness and emotional satisfaction that enhances your sexual experience. One area that often gets overlooked is self-pleasure. Many people think that self-pleasure is something that's only important when you don't have a partner, but that's simply not the case. Self-pleasure is a wonderful way to maintain your sexual health, explore your body, and keep your connection to your own sexual desires. In fact, it can be a great way to learn what feels good and to get more in touch with your body's needs and sensations. For those of you who are single, self-pleasure can also be a source of empowerment and joy. There's no reason why you can't explore your sexual desires, enjoy your body, and feel good about your sexuality, even without a partner. Self-pleasure can help you maintain a healthy connection to your own body, which ultimately improves your sexual satisfaction, whether you're in a relationship or not. Finally, communication with your partner is crucial when adapting your sexual routine. As you both go through changes, it's important to keep talking about what feels good and what doesn't. The more you communicate openly and honestly, the easier it will be to adapt your routine in a way that works for both of you. It's all about trial and error and being flexible and understanding as you both navigate these changes together. To sum it up, adapting your sexual routine is a natural part of aging, and it opens up new possibilities for intimacy and pleasure. Whether it's slowing down, experimenting with new positions, exploring self-pleasure, or using new tools, there are countless ways to enjoy your body and deepen your connection with your partner. The key is being open to change and taking the time to discover what feels right for you now. That concludes Part 7, where we discussed how to adapt your sexual routine as you age, making the most of your body's changes and discovering new ways to find pleasure and intimacy. In the final part, we'll wrap things up with a summary and offer a motivational message to inspire you to keep moving forward with confidence. 8th point, conclusion and final thoughts. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to take a moment to remind you of something important. Your sexual health and pleasure are an ongoing journey. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Your body is still capable of experiencing joy, connection, and intimacy. The changes that come with age don't have to diminish your ability to enjoy a fulfilling and satisfying sex life. Instead, they offer an opportunity to rediscover and adapt in ways that suit you right now. Throughout this series, we've covered a lot of ground, from understanding the changes in your body after 60 to common mistakes you might be making in your masturbation technique, to the importance of communication in relationships. We've also explored how physical health, mental well-being, and even seeking professional help can help you navigate the changes that come with aging. Most importantly, we've talked about the beauty of adapting your sexual routine to better align with your current needs and desires. But the key takeaway is this: you don't have to do this alone, and it's never too late to start making positive changes. Whether it's through improving communication with your partner, making adjustments to your physical health, exploring new ways to experience pleasure, or seeking help from professionals, every step you take can improve your connection to yourself and to others. Remember, it's completely normal to feel some frustration or confusion as you go through these changes. We all face moments when it feels like the things that once worked no longer do. But that doesn't mean it's over. It just means it's time to explore new ways to enjoy yourself and your relationships. Small adjustments, whether it's using more lubrication, slowing down, or trying a different technique, can make a world of difference in how you experience sexual pleasure and intimacy. Don't let fear or embarrassment hold you back from discovering what brings you joy. And let's not forget that mental health is just as important as physical health. Taking the time to address stress, anxiety, or body image issues can unlock a whole new level of connection and pleasure. Whether you're working through these issues on your own or with a therapist, addressing your mental health will make you feel more confident and open to the pleasures that life still has to offer. Lastly, don't be afraid to seek professional help when you need it. There's no shame in reaching out to your doctor, a therapist, or a sex specialist if you're feeling unsure or facing challenges in your sexual life. Seeking help is a sign of strength, and it's an important step toward taking care of your overall well-being. Remember, there are people who are ready and willing to support you on this journey, whether that's through medical treatment, counseling, or guidance on how to improve your intimacy. So, as we conclude this conversation, I want you to know that you are deserving of pleasure, connection, and intimacy at any age. It's never too late to experience joy, and your best years are still ahead of you. No matter what changes your body is going through, you can always find new ways to feel good about yourself, enjoy intimacy, and strengthen your relationships. Take it one step at a time. Embrace the changes with curiosity and openness. Explore new ways to connect with yourself and your partner. And remember, you are never too old to have a fulfilling, vibrant, and joyful sex life. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen. I hope this video has been helpful, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment below if you have any experiences or questions you'd like to share. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can continue to find content that speaks to your well-being. And remember, staying connected is key to living a vibrant life at any age. Here's to your happiness, health, and a fulfilling journey ahead. And with that, we wrap up this series. I hope it was insightful and gave you the tools and confidence to approach your sexual health in a positive, empowered way. Keep embracing the journey ahead, and remember, you're never alone on this path. Stay well and take care of yourself. Thank you for joining me, and here's to living your best life at any age.